Film tax credit. One of the things people tend to do in politics is they say they want to cut a tax, but they don't say how they want to pay for it, all right? It was very important to me, I talked about it all the way through the campaign, that I wanted to double the earned income tax credit in Massachusetts. There are 400,000 low-income families in Massachusetts, mostly headed by women, who benefit from the federal earned income tax credit. And for them, it's a big piece of how they make work pay. Massachusetts is historically piggybacked on that earned income tax credit. I said during the campaign I wanted to double the state's participation in that program. It's worth, the doubling of that would be worth, depending upon the family size and the income of the wage earner, it's worth somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 to those families. And I said during the campaign I wanted to double it, and I meant it. And so we filed that as part of our initial budget submission. But the big question was how you're going to pay for it. And I said that I would phase it in over several years, and I would phase out the film tax credit over that period of time. And the reason we chose the film tax credit was because several studies have been done that demonstrate that the vast majority of the benefit of the film tax credit goes to people who don't work in Massachusetts. And the cost of each job that's created in Massachusetts under the film tax credit is $118,000. I just didn't feel, it's not like I'm against the film tax credit, but if I have to choose between figuring out a way to double the earned income tax credit for 400,000 low-income families in Massachusetts or not, I would want to double the earned income tax credit for 400,000 low-income families in Massachusetts. I've said several times that if the legislature comes up with an alternative scenario that retains the film tax credit, includes the earned income tax credit, doesn't raise taxes, doesn't raise fees, and legitimately balances the budget and supports local aid to cities and towns, more than happy to talk about that, because as I said before, I get the fact that the budget's a combo platter and it's a democracy.